to what is happening today. Every one of us, more especially those who are living in the United States, begin to write to your county heads, your representative in your area that you are. The United States is much more organized than some other countries we can talk about. So you can reach out to there are channels to reach out to your representative in your area. We have so many of our Biafrans that are citizens over there in the United States that are part of this very journey. Begin to rise to your own government. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter the part you are. This is a responsibility that falls on our shoulders, because this weapon, they are definitely going to use it against us. They are not going to use it against the terrorists. You saw them the way they used the token that was given to them. It was against the Biafrans. You saw what they've been doing. They export all their terrorists into Biafran land, and they will never change. Go ahead, my brother.
Madrid, you see, the worst thing that will happen to us is if we sit by and watch the United States release those ammunitions, those weapons to them. If you really want to know how devastating some of those bombs are, look at Gaza before and look at Gaza now.
Exactly. And they use that as an example of the kind of people they want.
Good. You see, and Gaza is a highly, densely populated area of about 2-point-something million people in that little area. It is a built-up, city, or let me call it city. It's a built-up place. High-rising, buildings and so on and so forth. In fact, Israel was speaking. In fact, there is a special missile that they were using, a missile that can sink, that can demolish from the ground, a building within buildings. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A building within buildings. It will pinpoint it, well targeted, with high precision, and sink it on the ground. That was how they call it targeted bombing. That's what we call it. And there are some bombs also. I want to tell you today that there are some bombs that will be done, depending on the capacity and the weight of that bomb. If wherever it lands, it can carry, it will have, and if the effect will be felt at 200 to 250 radius away from the point of impact. That is how it is. Nigeria will not care using it even against one person, because that is what they know how to do best. They don't even get their coordinates very well in order to release those bombs to those targeted areas. They send it randomly anyhow. This is the thing. Our people in the United, those of you that are citizens that have right to vote, write petition to your House of Representative members, congressmen, go to them and worry them. Your place is not like our place here, where you have to go and write petition, whatever, request and this and this and that. You can call your senator, you can call your rep member.
Exactly, they can make a call. Those in the United States, they have that right to make a call.
Petition, in favor of your own land. If Lehi law is not invoked again, they are going to release those weapons to them, and you know what they are going to use it for, and those that will bear the brunt of it. This is the only thing I'm going to tell you. And now, I do not know the number of Biafrans that are residing in the United States. Citizens. I know that we have substantial number of our people over there. Why can't you use this opportunity as the government is doing their own too? One of my friends is from Eastern. He's an Eastern man from Edo State. This guy told me that since the declaration that he has never seen any demonstration in the United States. The same thing Rubin said, is it Michael Rubin said, you have to make your presence known to them by means of protest and petitions. The guy said, if we continue to talk like this, it won't work. He was demanding to speak. That was the guy that I spoke to you about. That was the guy that I spoke to you about. That time he hasn't gotten his papers. I think now he's gotten his papers. He's also telling me that we must go, since we have started this, that he can even join our people to do something to make sure that these people understand the sufferings of our people. He said, if they don't see you lament, cry like someone that is in jail, someone that is still enslaved in under enslavement. He said these people will not hear us. And I reckon with what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said. If you don't take your this in there, in fact, they told Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we heard, but you are not doing it well. If what you are fighting is not worth dying for, then nobody will listen to you. But our people are dying. Our people are being killed on a daily basis from the, those that commands, the state that have the security authority and their cohorts, armed Fulani terrorists. Lukarawa, ISIS, ISWAP, Boko Haram, they are one in all. They are one and the same. Their agenda is the same thing. If they finish, they will share the loot of their war, their conquest. They will share it. They have one thing in common, that is their religion. That is one thing they have in common. They love Sharia. Boko Haram want Sharia. Lakurawa want Sharia. ISWAP, ISIS, the other one. They want Sharia state. They want Sharia country. They fight, they have the same ideology, which we don't. And we can never encourage that. Do something. Those of you that are within, around those areas, do something. If you don't do, if you keep quiet, nobody is going to sing for you. Nobody is going to do anything for you. Let them hear that this is what we are going through. And we are standing against this and show them evidences that are bound. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that very speech you made. And you see, some of us don't know how serious this is. We must begin to share this information to get across. They must not enter into that deal. And that is where we have to focus, not on gossiping, propaganda, blackmail, attacking each other, and talking about unnecessary issues. We need to focus to make sure we did it before. When they stopped the deal, in the first tenure of Donald Trump, petitions were written, people were writing, calling their county heads and all that. People in the United States take up this responsibility. Make sure that this deal does not hold. Make sure that they put this deal on a hold, because if they supply this ammunition, it's going to be against us. Nigeria is a terrorist government. You saw the video of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that I played when I started. In that video, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was asking, why is it that Nigerian government never blame ISIS for anything that happens or anything they do? Instead, they were working with ISIS and claimed that ISIS helped them to take away Shekau. You can imagine. A government claiming that a terrorist group helped them to eliminate a terrorist. And you're not worried. And you see, after hearing that voice of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you will not understand until when you begin to combine it with what is happening today. Today, I saw a news. Let me bring a news that was flashed on Sahara Reporters. Let me bring the news. Then you begin to understand these things when we say them. You begin to understand them. Because sometimes you will not understand until you pay attention. First of all, let us go to that speech of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that he just made before I started this program. I want us to pay attention on that version of that speech of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, where he asked that question. Why is it that Nigerian government never blame ISIS They know very well that the ISIS is ISWAP. They know that they are in Nigeria. But instead of blaming them, they will always focus attention on other people. They will talk about Boko Haram, but the main terrorists, they will never talk about it. Why? Let us go back to that.
They're forced to carry AK-47. So Fulani can carry AK-47.
Let's see. Let's take it back.
The same question goes to Yoruba journalists tonight, those evil people, and who brought insecurity into the East? Who brought the army to start killing innocent young people? Simple question. The same question goes to Yoruba journalists tonight, those evil people, and Fulani Caliphate. Fulani, let me ask you, who brought insecurity into Nigeria? How can I expect you to listen in this UG? The same question I asked the governors who are meeting today. Umahi, Ugwani, Obiano. Nigeria army is now working with ISIS. Now the next question is, what does ISIS stand to gain from Nigerian army? All of you Yoruba journalists, you're there writing junk every blessed day. You cannot reason. You can't reason. Atahiru, Ibrahim Atahiru, he did very well. He eliminated the Shekau with the help of ISIS. Oh, Nigeria army is now working with ISIS. Now the next question is, what does ISIS stand to gain from Nigerian army? All of you Yoruba journalists, you're there writing junk every blessed day. You cannot reason. You can't reason. Oh, anyway, you're black. How can I expect you to reason in this UG? The same question I asked the governors who are meeting today. Umahi, Ugwani, Obiano, Ibazo. And that time it was Rocha, so Aboga was. Who brought insecurity into the East?
You see, when you hear Mazen Nande kind of speak about this connection between Nigerian government and these terrorists, you will not understand until when you begin to dig deep. Now, I saw a news that the Sahara Reporters place. You see how they confuse their masses. Let me bring up that news for you to see the evil of the zoo. And when we are talking about these people, their atrocities, you will not understand until you pay close attention. Only then you begin to understand. You see the news. Look at the news. It was posted 1 hour ago. It said, how Nigerian government blamed ISWAP for 2022 Ondo church attack, switched to Somalia-based Al-Qaeda in 2025. You see that attack that happened in Ondo State. When they came out, they told us that it was ISWAP. People pointed hand at ISWAP. This ISIS they are talking about, they pointed hand at them. But today, in 2025, they are switching that very narrative. They switch it now. They are telling us that it is Somalia-based Al-Shabaab in 2025. You see how they switch it? And let us now go and see what they explain about that. You see how they switch things. This is a country that the US want to sell ammunition to. He said, when about 40 worshippers were killed, over 100 were injured at St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State. In June 2022, the President Muhammadu Buhari administration said that the atrocity bore the imprint of Islamic State, West Africa, ISIS, from ISWAP. ISIS province, ISWAP. This ISIS and ISWAP, they are the same. Look at it. That was what Buhari said that time. They told us so. They investigated and they said it was us. But now they want to remove that responsibility from them. They are changing it now. 3 years later, the country secret police, Department of State Service, DSS, has taken a sharply different position. In June 2022, following the terrorist attack, then Interior Minister Ralph Aribushola said, we have been able to see the footprint of ISWAP in the horrendous attack on Owo, and we are after them. Our security agencies are in their trial, and we will bring them to justice. The revelation was made at the end of the security meeting presided over the Buhari at the presidential villa, Abuja. But today, they have changed the narrative. However, DSS on Monday, in a statement said it arraigned 5 men before a federal high court in Abuja, accusing them of being members of Somalia-based jihadist movement, El-Shabaab. The shift from ISWAP to El-Shabaab marks a reversal in the official narrative and raises question about the reliability of intelligence that guided the 2022 pronouncement on Monday. 5 men appeared before a federal high court in Abuja on a 9-count terrorist charge over the Owo massacre. You see how they complicate issues. You see how they always come to when they tell you one thing, the next minute they always want to exonerate the main terrorist group that are committing this atrocity. And that was what Mazin Nandekan was complaining in that very speech he made. He said, why is it that the government never blame ISIS for what they do? And whenever you go out of your way to blame them, they will always use the government narrative to change it. Today, you see DSS saying a different thing, changing the narrative to bring a different thing on board. And these are the people that the US is going to send ammunition to. The defendant pleaded not guilty. Justice Emeka White ordered that they be remanded in DSS custody and granted their lawyers access to them, with trial due to commence on August 19. The change in who is believed to be responsible from ISWAP to Al-Shabaab raises question about how the state investigate attacks. It raises question. You can't trust these people. You can't trust their security. You can't trust anything. Investigation, all of them, everything they are doing is just shrouded in secrecy and lies. They can blackmail anybody. They can paint anybody good. They can change narrative at any given point in time.
See.
Go ahead, my brother.
Sorry to cut in here. I'm so sorry, because this thing here, if I know air them, if I know voice them out there, I know they're happy. See, the system these people use, they will join you. You see, it's a kind of trick. It's a kind of trick that these people do. Look at what the same armed Fulani people did for Afonja in a lorry. What did they do? They came, they supported him, they did all the things. He trusted them, unknown to him that they were also planning a different thing and how to eliminate him. Because they know fully well that his own people that he brought them to fight will never come to his rescue. Now, look at this scenario. They join hand, they praise them that they eliminated Shakao with the help of, yes, with the help of ISIS. I remember that time. Oh, if you go to Abati, Dr. Abati, that data journalist that called himself a lawyer that speak from the annals, came and said, yes, that is good. It is a good cooperation. You know, sometimes they can attack themselves, they will fight themselves, they will do this. I think on Arise TV or channels, I think that time it was on channel or so. They spoke and spoke. You go to the other one, will be like a pig, fat pig. What be named, sir? That one in is it a TVC hangout or something like that?
That idiot. What's that?
That buffon, that fat buffon. Go there too and look at what this guy said that time. His analysis on this issue, that they can use them. That was the time they brought the principle of what we call in the military friendly forces, friendly enemy forces.
Frenemies.
Yeah, friendly enemy forces. That was the time they introduced that. They brought it. I say, hey, how can you use your own enemy now to fight your own enemy? This enemy is going to come to you. You will have handshake together for what you've done to them. Then they will not come after you. They did it against Afonja. And that is what is happening. For them now to come to retract, look at the weapons. The APC with guns mounted on them that we showed here the other day. Who owns them? Who brought them? Boko Haram might not have the capacity to do it, but ISWAP and ISIS will do it.
Absolutely.
I am telling you today that you see those weapons that you see, that collaboration that you see that time is the reason why they are giving them the leverage to do what they are doing without being checked.
And that is what Mazen Nane kind of asked question there. He said, what do you have to give them in return after they have helped you to remove Shekau? What is the agreement? People are not asking.
That is what you are seeing now. The leverages that they are getting, the aiding and abetting, the kind of privilege that they are getting now to move those weapons. They will tell you the command will come from top. Oh, don't mind them. Let them just close their eyes and let them go about it. My brother, how do you want to tell me that those kind of weapons, those kind of machines drove into those forests without anybody seeing them? Or they mysteriously fell from heaven to those forests where they were parked? They were not driven on the road to those places. These are professional and internationally connected terrorist organization that is ISIS. That was what I wanted to mention it that day before I said no. But today I have to tell you that that is the footprint of ISIS. For that collaboration, they have given them the leverage to do what they are doing without nobody checking them. They are doing it on check. That is what is going on. Thank you, Maz.
Thank you so much, my brother. So every Biafran have to add their voice that this very supply of weapons must not happen. Because at the day when they give the Nigerian government these weapons, the end of the day, it will end up in the hand of the ISIS, and this is what they will use it to compensate them. And I don't know why the US will shut their ear. Why don't people have conscience? Why is it always about what to gain, what to win, about your interest? You don't even care about other people. The same thing they did in Afghanistan. They left sophisticated weapons in the hand of the Taliban. They left sophisticated weapons in the hand of the Taliban and they ran away. Today you are supplying koro. Not that you are sleeping, not that you don't know. You are supplying ammunition to the Nigerian government to hand over to terrorists in Africa. And tomorrow you will come and say you want to fight terrorism. It is so sad. Every Biafran, more especially in the United States, should add their voice and continue to speak. Speak the best way you can. Add your own voice, because this is not the time to keep silent. It is not the time to keep silent. This one said, Anambra Labour Party lawmaker accuses Soludo of deploying talks, non-state security influenced by election. We know that Soludo is working with talks. That one is no longer a story. He has formed all the security outfits he formed, both Ndiakodo, both Udagachi. They are all talks. That's what they are not doing.
You see, didn't I say this thing before when the Udo Aragachi was set up? I told you that this man is preparing these people as his own political talks that he is going to use when the need arises. When the need arises, and they are the people. How will you have your state police? You have police there, and you give these people power to torment civilians. I told you the story the other day, 4 days ago or so, when a group of them enter into market that I bought. I used my own money. I rented or I bought. I rented it. I put my things inside. I am doing my devotion inside my Then these touts, these ingrates marched into those places and trying to arrest a man that is doing devotion, morning prayer in his shop. That is the level that it has degenerated into. And this man will not count that as security implication to the people of Anambra State, but he will call the IPOB, the 99% of insecurity in Southeast are caused by Igbo people. Who are these your own people? Have you not listened to the Amnesty International, apart from the society, International Society Organization or something like that released? Before that, our sister in Lagos, that veteran, that journalist, that astute journalist, then the recent report that came in now, have they mentioned Mazen Namdekano, IPOB, Simon Ekpa, United States of Biafra, as the causes of insecurity in Southeast? Mazichuk, if I am lying, go through it and tell me in all this report if they have mentioned. But this man came out, this man that said that he is learned, came out to the world and announced to the world that we are responsible. The other day in Oka, the one that happened in Oka, the girl was narrating that it was armed Fulani people. Was it Igbos? Was it Igbos?
Oh.
You see, God is going to deal with this. You see, those of them that have devoted their time, their precious time to lie against the people of God, the people of God, no matter how bad and ugly we are, you see, no matter how ugly a monkey is, in Mama like him, God like us the way He created us. He is the one that is going to judge us. He is the one that created us. It doesn't lie in anybody's mouth to judge the children of God. And when you are judging them, be prepared to be judged as well. This man is going to be disgraced. You see, the same way Okoro, what did the Mazen Namdekano call him? Okoro. No, Okoro what? Okoro Abawa Hausa.
Okoro Abawa Hausa.
Mazen Namdekano too, Then that man, he get worse for him off. You see, this man is going to be worse. The disgrace this man is going to get is going to be worse than that of Okoro Abawa Hausa. He will be disgraced big time. And watch and see what is going to happen to this man, because these are the people that look at Obiano. Where is Obiano now? Obiano is no longer in Nigeria. He is under investigation, irrespective of what he did on behalf of the criminal construct called Nigeria. Where is he now? He did there. They behave like Carol White in Texas. Nobody there where they walking dog. The place that was built by the blood and sweat of other people. That is why after destroying his own place, he now went over there and started residing. How I wish that America will still go and begin to fish these people out and send them back to their country. Those political stalwarts, these people that cause all these things, against our people. Bring them out, just like the way they refused this man asylum and through their
exactly. That's what they are supposed to be doing, not to say we brought to Nigeria. Deport all those political elites that are there taking refuge there.
They cannot destroy. The reason why all of us are fighting, passing through Texas, passing through Mediterranean to travel to developed countries is because of the actions, because of the criminal, actions of these people. That is the reason why we don't supposed to run away from our green on this side of the world, better than Europe. The only thing in Europe is that things are well managed. You understand? things are managed. Things, not that there are no corruption. Things are managed properly. There is prudent spending of people's resources. And where are the resources coming from? Is it not from Biafra land? Is it not from Africa? Why are we not going to do the same thing? Why do these American people, because they are coming in with big amount of money that is going to be circulating into your own economy, that is the reason why you push them, you allow them to stay there? I would have loved that petitions will go on against these people, because you cannot destroy your own place, create a very unstable environment in your own place, and instead of you to enjoy it, you run away and come to our place. If I were the president or senators over their lawmakers, I would take it up and I'll make sure I push them out, let them get out of those areas. But they will not, because these people have some of them that they have run over there to, that they are using there to spend into their economy. That is just that. Thank you, Mazichus.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate it for that very submission. Some of us don't know what is actually going on and how far things has gone bad. And every one of us have to be paying attention. Pay attention. You see this one? This one says Canadian court terrorist tag on APC PDP proves Nnamdi Kanu should be prosecuting Tinubu, not vice versa. Of course, that is what it should be. Our supreme leader Nnamdi Kanu is the one that is supposed to be prosecuting Tinubu and Nigerian government, not the other way around. But because Nigeria is a criminal organization, a terrorist country, they will always do something differently. And this is a report again about one of our brother that has been missing for a long time and nobody cares. And this is what the Biafran people are facing in Nigeria. With all these atrocities happening, still yet, the United States of America has the guts to come out and say they want to sell ammunition to Nigeria. I've not seen my husband since 2021. Imo woman alleged DSS abduction of spouse while she was pregnant. While the wife was pregnant, they abducted the husband. Up to today, the man has not been seen. Where do you see this kind of a thing? It's in a terrorist government. Only terrorists can do such abduction. Disappear somebody without any report. The DSS abducted the man. And up to today, nothing has been heard about him. These are the people that the United States of America are planning to sell ammunition. Who is advising them? Who is advising them? Who? We're asking, who is advising them? Who is advising them? Why are they not paying attention? This is a complaint that a woman is laying about her husband. A serious issue that we look into. But instead of the world to pay attention to the atrocities of the government, the DSS, who are they? Are they not working for Nigeria government? They're working for Nigeria government. I've not seen my husband since 2021. Imo woman alleged DSS abduction of spouse while she was pregnant. You can imagine such wickedness. You can imagine what the woman went through. This is the picture of the man. Can you imagine what she went through? In a post shared on X on Friday, Amnesty International revealed the HFU was abducted, revealed that HFU was abducted from his residence in Owerri by a team of security personnel before his pregnant wife, and had since disappeared without any trace or arraignment in any court of law. He has never been arraigned anywhere. He has never been caught up anywhere. For how many years now? You can imagine what that pregnant woman is going through. A country, that is how they have been disappearing Biafrans, and nobody is talking. On what ground is the United States going to stand to continue to have a deal with a country that abduct people, that disappear people? On what ground are you selling weapons to them? The Global Human Rights Organization, Amnesty International, has raised concern about the enforced disappearance of Chidiebere Luke Echefu, a 47 years old father of 5 from Umugwano Umuchekekwe in Onimo local government area of Imo State by Nigerian security agents since 2021. This is 5 years. Since 2021. In a post shared on X on Friday, Amnesty International revealed that Echefu was abducted from his residence in Owerri by a team of security personnel before his pregnant wife and has since disappeared without any trace or arraignment in any court of law for the past 5 years. This is what we are facing in the hand of the Nigerian government. This is just one that was reported. There are several people that are not reported about. People have disappeared. At a point in time, the mortuary in Owerri filled up and their government was calling on people to come and take up their corpse. And there was nobody coming forward because how can you go to a place where there is no document, where nobody told them that somebody was brought? All the mortuary in Imo State filled up and they were making an announcement that people should come and take corpse or they go for mass burial in Imo State. Some of you have forgotten, but it happened in a country that is supposed to be to guide people and secure people.
The Supreme Court, what the Nigerian government with the Supreme Court of Nigeria did to Imo State, the scar will never be erased. Even if you graft that particular place. For those of you that study the grafting, the medicine aspect of grafting the skin, no matter how you graft it, that scar will never be erased. It will stay there. The number of Biafrans from Imo that has disappeared and never to reappear, it's huge. The reason why we are talking about this one now, because it is on the news. The wife has come out and reported to the Amnesty International, Owerri branch also. What of those people that have nobody to report? Exactly. Or their families are afraid to go near? Because sometimes, remember, I am alleging, if you go in there, they will also implicate you. You know that this Nigerian army, the security agencies, they just, trump up charges against you, things that you know and things that you do not know. They will level it against you, use it to hold you in perpetuity. You know that. That is what they are doing. And when the families of these people that they have kidnapped are not forthcoming, do you know what the next thing they will do? They will harvest their organs. They will harvest their organs because no one is coming for them. They will harvest their organs. That is exactly what is going on. That is what these people are doing. They will harvest their organs. I say, you see, if we do not do what we're supposed to do, by the time we realize, you will see different people that we have nothing in common in our land. I'm telling you, if we continue to do what we are doing and the way we are doing it, the way we are dividing ourselves, my brothers and sisters, I am sorry to say this, but I will say, may God forbid, we will wake up and see strange faces on our land with weapons. Who do you have the weapon to challenge them in your village? People that are being aided and supported by the central government? Where you don't have, they have. How do they get their ammunition that they are using? Have you seen how difficult it is for an ordinary person in that country to acquire automatic rifle for defense? No, they won't give you. But how do these terrorists get it? They are flying it, trailing it as if they are trailing walking sticks. And they move around it, even in this heart of Imo State, without nobody confronting them. That is what less than 6 point something percent population of the Fulani people, 12 million, of which 6 are in the forest, 6 million in the forest, and 6 million in the town. They managed to control the rest of 200 and something million people, if at all that number is something to go, to go with. How? Exactly what they planted hope to do, with it. That is how they conquer you. And you have a government that is aiding and abetting them. Unlike my own country, that would not take such nonsense from those irresponsible fellows. People that have nothing to contribute than to litter your environment with cow dungs. They don't even have or know the modern ways of, keeping livestock. They don't know that crude, that archaic system is what they are using. And they use that in pretense to kill you and take over your lands. That was the reason why the imposter that was there was, going to revive old cattle routes. And unknown to that idiot, that Adeyemi Thompson, in 1969, abolished cattle routes or grazing routes in southern part of Nigeria. 1969, Adeyemi Thompson. They have not set it aside. But this imposter that was there, that they claim that they died just recently, after Mazen Nnamdi Kanu warned them, be careful. I told you that this man is dead. You people say no. Wait, don't be surprised that after 2 years they will come back and tell you, oh, he's dead, oh, he's dead. Oh. And that is exactly what played by recently. And you want me not to call Mazen Nnamdi Kanu the prophet of my time? He is the prophet of my time, and his prophecies will outlive each and every one of us. Till Christ will come, all the things Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said will be revisited and said to our people. He prophesied about it. I just hope that our people will understand the predicament and the situation that we are in, and know the right thing to do, and do it before it is too late. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. So, according to the organization, he was allegedly abducted for being a member of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, a group campaigning for the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra in southeastern Nigeria. The group, which interviewed the wife, a 41-year-old school teacher, who is witness to the abduction that took place around 3 a.m. on that fateful day, noted that Echefu, like hundreds of others, has not been seen since then. My husband, Chidebere, Luke Echefu, was abducted from our residence in Owerri on November 7, 2021 at about 3 a.m. Amnesty International quoted the woman to have recounted. About 6 men in uniform broke our flat door and entered our house. When my husband came out, the first thing they asked him is, "Where is your phone?" Lamenting the continued disappearance of her husband, she added, "My children were all panicking, so I left our room and went to their room to calm them down. They got the phone and started interrogating him. I said to them, 'Sir, you have not even identified yourself. Who are you? Why are you in our house?' They handcuffed him and whisked him away. We went to all police stations in Owerri to search for him. They said he was not in their custody. We also went to the DSS office at Owerri, but they denied having him in their custody. She, however, noted that it was only on January 2nd, 2022, that she received a call from a lawyer who told her that he saw her husband at the DSS headquarters in Abuja. When we went there, the DSS denied having him in their custody. Nobody saw him. Nobody knew him, his whereabouts, she said. I was 4 months pregnant when he was abducted. The child is a year and 4 months old now, but my husband has not seen the child, and they have not allowed any member of the family to have access to him. Amnesty International, in the recent report titled "A Decade of Impunity: Attack and Unlawful Killing in Southeast Nigeria," reveals a series of human rights violations and abuses committed by various state and non-state actors in the Southeast between January 2021 and December 2024. With all this report in the public, tell me in God's name, why would the United States of America sell ammunition to a country that is supporting terrorism against innocent civilians? Why? This is not just the only one. This is just one out of many. There are other ones. This is just one out of many. There are so many other people whom their case has not yet come to limelight. And whenever we get to those cases, we will continue to bring them to the public to see. But I am asking, why would any country that cares